Hello and welcome to What's Going On. I'm Chris Howell in for Lynn Hayes and honored to have with me this morning Karissa Condoianis, the Senior Vice President and Spokesperson at the State Fair of Texas. Karissa, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Now, I can't go any further without first confirming, did I say that last name correct?
You did. You did. It's very impressive. It's challenging. It's challenging. I'm married into it, so.
I know some people are just kind enough to say, okay, he's messed it all up, but I'm going to let him keep going. But I wanted to make sure we got that right.
You're good.
Well, Karissa, I'm excited to have you here today as we talk about the State Fair of Texas. And I thought it would be important as we get into this conversation, first of all, State, something that many folks are not aware of is that the State Fair of Texas is a nonprofit organization. Can you talk about the State Fair of Texas nonprofit status and the significance of that?
Yes, you're correct. I even grew up in Dallas and going to the State Fair of Texas all my life. And until I interviewed for this job 10 years ago, I did not know the State Fair of Texas was a nonprofit. So it's definitely not common knowledge and something that I'm trying to change through my role here. But the fair, the State Fair of Texas, the 24-day event that we host, is how we fund all of our nonprofit initiatives year round. The mission statement of the State Fair of Texas is to celebrate agriculture, education, and community involvement. 10 years ago, we added that community involvement piece to our mission statement. And it's really about being a good neighbor. Especially to those that surround Fair Park, because we actually are celebrating 137 years of being in Fair Park this year. And, we've been through lots of history there, some not always great, of where society was. And so we feel that it is our responsibility to be a great community partner and to be a good neighbor and to help out our neighbors and uplift their lives. So we do a lot of work in our community. We have a community affairs team that is talking to the community and in the community every single day. We have a scholarship program where we're helping fund kids to go to college throughout the Lone Star State. We support 6 DISD high schools that surround Fair Park with those college scholarships, as well as programs that we have in the school to help the students, help the teachers, help leadership there. We have curriculums that we've built to help as kids are coming up in school. We give away more than 2 million school tickets for people to come and enjoy the fair every year. And several years ago, we decided, what if we put a curriculum to go along with it that talks through all of the STEAM aspects of the fair? There's so much science that goes into the food that's created. There's engineering that goes into how the rides operate. There's so much magic out there. And to help teachers, teach about that in school, so when kids come out to the fair and enjoy it, they can, kind of see all of that come to life.
Yeah, man. It's extremely important to be able to talk about this because we get so caught up in the entertainment aspect of it, we forget about the educational aspect.
Right.
So I'm glad you guys have done that, and you guys have taken it a step further. Talk to us about the State Fair's partnership with Big Thought, and you guys developed a curriculum around Juanita Craft's life. Talk about that curriculum and how teachers can actually access it still.
Yeah, that's right. The legacy of Juanita Craft is so important for us to continue to speak to. Was it last month that I went to the ribbon cutting for the Juanita Craft Civil Rights Home and Museum there in South Dallas, where so many monumental things have happened over the years. And we continue to honor Juanita Craft's legacy in her role in helping not give up on the fair and helping to make it a place for all walks of life to come and enjoy and celebrate all things Texan. So we have this curriculum that we created with Big Thought to where students can now learn about Juanita Craft. And we have the Juanita Craft Humanitarian Awards that we host during the fair to speak to those up-and-coming civil rights activists or activists in the community to help celebrate them and recognize the work that they're doing to ensure that everyone is treated the same.
Yeah. Well, see, it's important to, again, highlight those things because, again, like I said, we get caught up in the entertainment, but there's an educational aspect as well. When we talk about the entertainment, what excites you most about this year's upcoming fair?
Every year I get so excited because the fair, one of the challenges we face is always balancing that 137 years of tradition with bringing in new and innovative things to continue to draw in people to enjoy the fair. We know people love their traditions. We know people love coming and, a lot of people, the first thing they do is head to Big Tex Circle, grab their Fletcher's Corny Dog at the stand right there and get their annual photo with our 55-foot friendly talking cowboy, Big Tex. So we want to maintain maintain those traditions and honor them, because they have been what's helped keep us around for 137 years. But we recognize that we need to also be new and innovative and creating new experiences for people to continue keeping them coming back, as well as we have a lot of transplants moving to DFW in North Texas, and we want to make sure that they have something that entices them to come to the fair. So I get really excited when we bring in curated entertainment that is custom made for the State Fair of Texas. So a few years ago, we brought in a show called Fiestas de Marionetas, and it's a marionette show, and it's a celebration of Hispanic culture. And it's a lot of fun to watch, and it's right on First Avenue near the lagoon, right across from the Magnolia Beer Garden. So you're surrounded by, something for the parents, something for the kids. And then you can come and enjoy that, and it's a one-of-a-kind experience that you're only going to get at the State Fair of Texas. We just announced recently all of our attractions and entertainment for this year's fair. And I'm super excited. And maybe it's because I have 2 little kids, but there's going to be a brand new enhanced dinosaur exhibit that is going to be surrounding the lagoon. To the point of for lack of a better term, ginormous, as my kids would say, dinosaur in the lagoon that is going to be on display. And so in all of these dinosaurs have ties to Texas. And so there's going to be some education around it. And there's going to be a show that kids can watch and families can come and watch. We're adding some concessions operations over there for people to get some food and drink. And it's just going to be a whole new area of the fairgrounds that we've struggled to activate. And so I'm really excited to bring this kind of dinosaurs of Texas over into the fair, and another way to just learn about the history of Texas and what used to be here, and not forget that it's not just been what it is now.
Yeah, man, I love that. Always thinking forward, but also remembering the history.
Right.
Let's talk about the gospel aspect of it. I mean, you guys have done the gospel shows as well. Talk about maybe some upcoming shows for this year that folks may be excited about.
Yeah, we have a lot of concerts this year on the Chevrolet main stage. We talk about it being a free Texas-sized music festival because unlike some other fairs and events, all of our music is included with your admission to the fair. So that adds to the more than 100 things you can do out on the fairgrounds every single day while you're there. But we are going to open the fair with Lone Star on opening night. And I'm really excited for the opening Saturday, which is, of course, the iconic State Fair Classic between Grambling and Prairie View. And we have CeeLo Green, who is going to be on the Chevrolet main stage that afternoon.
And has he ever been to the fair before?
I don't recall if he has, to be honest. I don't think he has.
And he doesn't do very many shows in Dallas.
Right.
So this is a rare opportunity.
Right. And so he'll be kind of the opener pregame. And then after the game at 8:30 on the main stage, we have Chrisette Michelle. So we have a great lineup on that opening weekend, and we will wrap up that opening weekend with La Zinda Norteña. We also have, kind of local celebrities for us Dallasites. Bowling for Soup is going to be on the main stage the opening Tuesday of the fair.
Wait a minute. Bowling for Soup. I can't act like I know who that is. This a music group?
It is a music group, and they're from one of their artists is from the area.
So again, going back to the educational aspect of it, I'm learning something new here.
And we really strive to tie our music acts to Texas in some form or fashion. So we have a significant amount on our stage. Out of the 90 plus artists, a significant amount of those are from the Lone Star State or have ties to the Lone Star State. But then for Red River Showdown, I'm excited. Little John is going to be here on the Chevrolet main stage. So that's going to be really fun. And then we'll have 38 Special, ex-ambassadors, Craig Morgan, Forever Motown, War and Treaty. Our goal is really to have something for everyone out at the State Fair of Texas. And so when we're planning our music, we want to ensure that pulls through there as well. So that as you're coming out, you have something that you feel you can relate to and that you enjoy while you're out, and you can plan your trip around that.
Well, it sounds like you guys have planned very well. And this kind of ties into my next question, because the question is going to be, how has the State Fair worked to promote diversity and inclusivity? And it sounds like you certainly have done that in your music. Talk about maybe some of the other ways in which you guys are working to do that.
Yeah, not only in the music on the fairgrounds, we look across the board at all of our entertainment. That dinosaur exhibit that I mentioned earlier is going to be our first full bilingual exhibit out at the State Fair of Texas. So as we're bringing and curating these new exhibits, we're looking at how can they be bilingual, because we have such a significant presence from the Hispanic market. And we want to ensure that when they're there, they can enjoy it to its full extent as well. So looking at that not only through our entertainment and attraction mix, but most importantly, we look at it as our culture as an organization, and ensuring that we are creating a culture that is diverse, where people feel like they belong and that they're included in all the decisions that we make, and that it's an equitable environment. That has been something that we have strived for, especially over these past 10 years, as we have a new leadership team over these past 10 years, and ensuring that we have these opportunities and we create an environment where our staff, both full-time and seasonal, feel like they can express what they want to express on their experience with the fair, and that we are constantly looking at ways to improve our culture and make sure that it's a place where everyone feels like they belong. Because again, our goal with the fair is to have something for everyone and make sure that everyone from all walks of life feel like they can come and have fun. You get to leave all of the noise of the outside world at the gates. And when you come out to the fair, we work very hard to ensure that controversy does not enter our fairgrounds. We want to make sure that it is a very welcoming environment, that everybody is there to get along. We're all about community. And so we need to help create that community inside our gates. And while people are there having fun at the fair, know that what they're doing by them riding a ride, having their favorite fair food, enjoying one of these shows, to deep down know that by them being there celebrating Texas, they're helping give back to Texas and give back to the community. So what I want the fair to be about is community all around, because I want them coming to celebrate as a community, celebrate just the diverse kaleidoscope of culture that is Texas. And by coming out to the fair, we want to showcase that. And we want to be known as the most Texan place on earth. So we know we have people that come. We actually have a survey that shows we had people attend last year from the 48 contiguous United States.
Wow. Okay.
And then we also know that we have people from Australia buy season passes that we ship over to Australia. We know we're bringing in people from around the world. And years ago, we partnered with Visit Dallas to have a map on display of the world, and people could put a sticker on where they were from. I think every single place had a sticker on it. And that's what's fascinating. That's what we take a lot of pride in, is knowing that we are creating not only one of the largest events in the world, but something that it draws people not only locally, but from all over to come and experience why we are all so proud to be Texans. What state do you know where people are hanging their state flag in their yard just alongside the American flag?
Right.
It's very rare. And so we want to make sure that we really embrace that and create that environment of positivity and community when you come out and enjoy the State Fair of Texas.
Well, I will tell you, that's leading me to the next question, because the question really is, what do you feel is the secret sauce that keeps folks coming back year after year? And in some ways, you may have just described a lot of that.
I think, some people would say, well, of course, it would have to be a fried sauce. It is the State Fair of Texas.
Deep fried.
Deep fried, yeah. We just got through tasting about 36 semifinalist foods.
Yeah, it's not enough to fry it.
So,
it has to be deep fried.
Yeah. Food obviously keeps people coming back. The way that our concessionaires are able to constantly come up with new and innovative foods out at the fair, we always question how they'll top a year. And this year, it's insane what they have entered in the competition and how amazing all of it is. It was a really tough competition.
Okay.
But I truly think, what keeps people coming back or entices new people in the area to come is that sense of community. Is that sense, where else do we have where we can just go and leave all of our troubles, aside and just come and have fun? That's what the fair is about. It's just about having fun, having a good time, creating those lifelong memories with your family and friends, and coming with your coworkers. We have groups of companies that send out all of their employees every year to enjoy the fair. We have people on opening day waiting at the gates to come in because they want to be the first people to try the new food or to go and be the first people to see a new show. or see one of their favorite tried and trues. All of the ag and livestock kids who come to the fair from all over Texas every year to show their animals that they have worked so hard all year long in, to have a chance at winning scholarship money to help further their education. I mean, it's so hard to put your pin on what exactly that one thing is about the fair, because there's not just one thing. It's, the fair is a customizable experience to every single person who comes out. You probably, when you come to the fair, have a completely different, path that you take than what maybe I would when I come visit with my family. So, and that's what makes the fair so special, is that it's not a one size fits all experience. It's something that you can customize to what you want it to be.
I love it. My final question for you, someone who grew up here in Dallas-Fort Worth, what does it mean to you personally to be a part of this now, working there to help be a part of making the secret sauce?
Oh, it's very humbling, I'll say, to grow up coming to the fair and having my own experiences. And even recently, my dad told me about how he and my mom used to have like day dates. And while we were all at school, they would meet at the fair and they would go and have funnel cakes and have a few drinks and just walk around and enjoy. So to be on this side of it, it's an incredible experience. And I feel so proud that I have a role in not only helping continue this 137-year tradition, but also helping to rethink how we are seen in the eyes of the community, and to ensure that we are being good stewards and that we are helping to set the fair up for future success and leaving a legacy for the next generation to embrace and carry on this tradition of the State Fair of Texas.
Very well said. Karissa, thank you so much for being with us this morning. Look forward to seeing you at the fair.
Thanks, Chris.
And to the audience, stay with us. More of what's going on coming up in just a moment.